So basically, what's up, guys? You already know we're back here with another video, and this video is gonna be about basically what was titled in the description, where we got new settings coming out, new tweaks. There was all that good stuff coming out this later season, but I'm back with like big news. Like we're switching from combat, believe it or not. Well, I'm not gonna say we're switching, but it's always gonna be there. Like I pastly played with, like basically with all of my battle royale career. That but I just want to say that we're switching from how we first started, which was old school, and then because like this I used to play on, and then I switched back and forth with Combat Pro, and then after new updates came, seasons came, this um wasn't up to date with like the other people that we're playing with. I'm not saying that old school is bad, Combat Pro is bad or anything, or the other one. Which one? What's the other one called? Builder, Quick Builder. I'm not saying those are bad because they're not, but they're not like to date now. What the newest one we're on is Builder, and I'm not saying falling behind, but it's starting to become all old school. But yeah, um, it's big news because I'm making a big switch, which I'm now playing on custom keybinds on the Builder Pro setting layout. And with this, since they just added recently the keybinds that lets you put in what button you want to assign the role to do and all that, which is actually good because I used to play well, I was always on combat, not that it's bad or anything, because I have no problem playing with it. It's just that it's time to switch. But other than that, I mean, it was fun playing combat. Like it was easy for me. Like wasn't really that hard. But other than that, yeah, we switched. So now, well, I used to play Builder Pro as well. There's no problem with it, but it just took time to get used to. Alright, but other than that, the new one we play on is these settings right here, and I'm gonna explain to you why these are the best ones that are out right now, because it covers certain aspects like some control keybinds. Well, basically the controller layout that you have on your other settings, like let's say, well, this basically combines some buttons like together to make it simple for you to not release your thumb off the joystick. So it's better aiming, better everything. So I prefer playing like this because it makes it simpler. Builder Pro already makes it simpler because back with old school and and then Combat Pro, you had to do a lot of clicking with back and forth. I never used Builder Pro or Quick Builder. My fault. Quick Builder. This one right here. Never used this in my life, so I don't know if that's the same thing with all the clicking. Builder Pro is like you have one button assigned to like that certain, like for example, look, I'm gonna click on Builder. You see how you have like one button there? It's not really that much stuff going on. When you click Builder for this, it's a lot of stuff over here. It's for me, it was a lot of button clicking. It was just a bunch of muscle memory that I had to do. But these are the new settings that I personally think is the best because it did work for me. Like as soon as I put these on, it was like game after game after game after game. The only thing you gotta remember is that you can't jump because like those people that are used to jumping with A, you now have to get used to just clicking basically the joystick, not the joystick, the RS I think it is. What's this button called? Uh, where is it? This thing. I don't even know what the hell it's called. Your left stick. I'm just gonna go with left stick. Whatever. I'm gonna call it left stick. Anyways, you have your running, your jumping, and then your walking all in one button. So it's not. You really don't have to let go of your finger off the thing. So that's good about it. But Other than that, previously I used to play all three, like I told you guys, and then the one that I preferred using out of all three of them was the combat. I still use well, to this day I still use Combat Pro because it's, yeah, like I was just used to it. But like here now that this update is coming up and all that good stuff, it's time to switch, you know. But like I've been playing since what, season 2 at the end. I have like a big understanding of how these mechanics work and all that. But well, I'm about to hit 1,600 wins, and um, basically that 25,000 kills too. So I know what the hell I'm talking about. You know, I've seen all the button combinations, but nothing beats this. Like, it's just the first thing. So the first thing you want to do is just, I'll show you all the stuff you gotta do. So you want to just open this, your little settings bar, and then come down to the controller icon, and then this is what well, before I explain this, I'm gonna go through all the buttons and what it's set to. So as soon as you get this, you want to set it on custom, and then it's gonna ask you what layout you want: old school, quick builder, combat pro, builder pro. And then what you want to do is click on builder pro, because that's the one that you want to set it custom to. But once you do that, it'll bring you to this screen, and then from here you just want to go and basically you want to switch this. You don't have to switch this. This stays how it is. You don't switch this. And you want to just move the, what I did was move the emote picker, because this was set to down on the D-pad, and I moved it to going up on the D-pad, because I mean it was better like that. So you want to get used to your inventory going down, so you don't really have to like make too much of an adjustment of moving your left stick. Well, taking off your left finger off the left stick and moving it down, so it's easier like that because it's right there. But I switched emo picker, this one right here, emo picker, to inventory, and that's it for that one. And then replay last. You could do whatever you want with this one. I really don't care what you do. It's just an open slot. There's nothing that you need unless you want to do crouching on your left left on your D-pad. I mean, it's up to you. You interact, you reload. I really don't use this because it's all in one button, like I said. Builder Pro does a good job doing that. And it's just a slot open, so whatever you want, like something you want to put in, except this, you don't want to put this because you already have it divided into switch mode already. But well, you already have it in switch mode, so it's no point. So whatever you want. Like me personally, I put the replay the last emote, and that's for that. And then for this one, sprint and auto. Sprint and auto sprint is another thing that I don't really need, but I have it there just for like whenever I'm gonna go. Well, to me, I always had the auto run on, so I just leave it there because it's the best thing to have. Like once you gotta, if it's long distance, you don't really have to hold the button there, but you just double click and you're just running automatically, and that's good for you. But before this is gonna work, let me just come back to the settings over here. And I'm going to explain everything. You already know East. We still play on the high sensitivity, which is 10, which now is a 1. So 1 on our X, 1 on our Y. You want to go to target sensitivity. I reduced it from the last time I had made a video on controller settings, because now that it's more of a, I mean, I think it's a more of a don't aim kind of situation. So if it is, it's gonna be like, I mean, personally, me, I don't use any of those scuff controllers thingies, whatever you want to put it on your little joysticks. I don't use that. So me, I'm used to it playing on. Oh wait, I need to change it. I'm used to playing on like crazy. Anyone that knows of Epic Games, you already know. Third-person shooter games, you already know. You could get used to it so easily. This, I have my targeting and my scope sensitivity to 30, because like I said, with big sensitivity, with a big sensitivity, you want to try to have your aiming, well, yeah, your aim down sights and also your scope settings low, because if there is any enemy that is a couple, let's say 50, 100 or 200 feet away, your shot's not gonna be like your shot's gonna be doo doo. There's just no way you're hitting that guy with the sensitivity like this high, unless you're using the aimbot. You know what I'm saying? Interview, you want to keep that off. Camera and display, I have save zone 1. Streamer off, I don't really have it on right now, but hidden matchmaking delay is 0. HUD, I have it at 84. Show spectator, that's on. And right here, this setting is the game changer right here. The sprint by default. What this means is that if you turn this on, what it does is that instead of just holding, like actually clicking the button, which is your left, I think it is your left trigger, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, so like you would just run, like to sprint, you would just click the left stick. But now you don't even have to click the left stick. It just does it automatically. Like as soon as you move, it just runs for you. In that direction that you're pointing at, it just runs for you. So now you don't have to like actually click a button physically where you have to like sprint. Now as soon as you move it to that side, it starts moving. Some people don't know what that does, but this is basically a little I'm just showing you what it does quickly. Alright, so that's what that does. This actually helps a lot. Like instead of moving, well, taking off your not taking it off, but it actually makes a lot of like it disrupts your movement basically when you're aiming and then you're gonna sprint and then you gotta click it again and it just because me, I used to like I don't know when I was back in combat, I used to aim at someone and then like I would sprint and then aim and then my aim would go like that because of the sensitivity. It'd just go like that. Like I would be just shooting at that one thing and then I'd be like shooting over there. Like it's I don't know, it's just like that. But let's go back to sprint by default and I'll tell you why we need that on. Because this right here is gonna get you a free spot on your button layout, just like I have. Like I don't know what to do with it. Well, it's not that I don't know what to do with it. It's what you want to do with it. It's up to you. That's on you basically. So that's done. The sprint cancel reloading, I have that off. Tab 2, you want to have this on as well, because like this is gonna help you a lot. So like when you're reviving your teammate, you could drop them heals or whatever you need, minis, ammo. You could go into your inventory while you're healing them, so you don't have to hold it there. This helps you a lot. Google, look at me, I'm fucking stupid. Toggle targeting, you want to turn that off. Reset building choice, of course you want to have that on or you're going to be lost when you reset back to your building. Aim assist, on. Edit mode, aim assist, on. Turbo building, on. Auto material change, on. Controller, auto run, I have that on. Your platform, you could have that on or off, does not matter. That's whether if you want to play with anyone from PC or PlayStation or Nintendo, etc. Auto open doors, I had that off because this could kill you. Because like you could be trying to run into some house and you just run through it, and then by mistake it closes back in your face, and that's where you don't want to be in. You're just gonna end up dying right there. So it could kill you. So that's why I have that off. I'd rather smack it automatically with my finger. I'd rather press a button to open the door than to have the ghost open the door for me. Auto pick up weapons, I have that off because it's gonna bring in weapons or whatever you want into your inventory that you don't want, forcing you to drop something if you do have a full inventory, which can screw up your inventory layout. So I just have that off. Auto sort consumables to the right. It's basically which way you want it going, left or right. It says it right there. When on, consumable items such as health and will be default to the rightmost. It's basically how it shows up. Vibration off. I stopped playing with vibration since the last time. Well, the last video I had it on, but like since now that it does mess up your aim, believe it or not. If you are shooting at someone, I know it feels weird not to have the vibration on. It probably feels good for you, but like it messes up your aim, so I have that off. Your record replays, that's not really important, it's just your replays, but I have it both on. So that goes for that. My HUD, and this is basically everything. Everything's on here. So and then you want to come back to your building, and then what you want to do is this is the combat settings, so I already went over this, so that's why this is just to keep in this button, the left left on D-pad. Oh no, right on D-pad, my fault. Right, guys. It stays on the right. So we went over these, and we already have the on by default. So this is just to, like, if you are gonna go somewhere, it's just to auto sprint, basically. We don't use it for sprint because, like I said, our left stick does all the sprinting, walking, and then right here, this is also a good thing. You want to switch it to jump. And why I say this is because now not only that you have the walking and then you have the running on one stick, you're also gonna add your jumping, which is I don't even know what they used to call this, L3, but it's not L3 anymore. It's the right stick. You just want to click the right stick, not the left stick. Oh my goodness, bro. You want to click the left stick. So not only are you walking on this, so you're using one finger to walk, to run, and then also you just click it to jump. This also affects your jump shot. It's effectively with your jump shot. Whenever you see somebody, you just jump. You never take off your finger off the thing, so therefore you're having better aim and all that good stuff. Alright, back to this. That's why we have jump. And then we well, we were going through all of this. I was playing some games and I actually found that these settings right here were actually good. So I switched this, your little setting, whatever you call this button, I don't even know what they call it. But your little two screens, you want to set it to the map. And then your right stick, you want to hit it to crouch and repair. So this is, let me show you. So that's your repair button. This actually helps. So it's not only your crouch button, but also your repair button. So there's two buttons in one again. And then your Y is basically toggle pickaxe. That's to have your pickaxe out. Your X is to reload, and these two right here is the big game changers. Back then we used to have like the editing and the switching mode in one button, which caused a major delay when you were in a fight. So if you were trying to get that one kid that was in your that you boxed, and you were trying to edit, it took so long that he would just get out, or it would take so long that he would just escape, or he would even end up killing you. But this, you want to have your editing to A, your edit, and then your switch mode, not your switch mode edit. These are two different things, so make sure it's on your switch mode. And then these you just keep, like I said, these four buttons just stay like that. You want to keep it as much as Builder Pro as possible. So that's that. This right here improves your editing so much. Look at this. It's first you want to, this for right now, what these settings do is, the only way to edit is A. Just tap A, that's it. Tap A. Look at this. Now let's go back to combat, and I'm gonna show you. Save. Just look at the delay. Alright, now let's go back to our custom keyboard. Custom keyboard, look at me. That's all you had to do. To edit back, you just click one button. Look at this. This was so easy, man. Alright, anyways, let's not waste time doing this, but you get the point. It's quicker editing. Back to your build controls. You want to go keep these the same. Do not change them unless you want to be confused all your life. You want to keep these two the same. Well, these 8 buttons up here the same. This is your build controls. So make sure your inventory, like I said, you switch it. You want to keep these the same. look at me. I think I forgot to change it yesterday. Let's switch these again. You want to put your inventory there. And then you want to get your where's that button? Emote. Right there. Alright, so now whenever we switch, we have that. There we go. So you want to keep these the same. Alright, so basically emote picker, it's not important, but you could put whatever you want. I put emote. Your trap picker, place and interact. I had to tweak this up because there was some problems with basically some of the control settings, and I had to go back and I actually spent like an hour on these control settings, and then at least 3 hours just fighting people in solos to see like what was the best. And I'm gonna go look for a trap for you guys. So look right here, I already have one. Alright, so let's use the example of this you wanted to place it. You would just have to double click it again, and there it was. But back to when I was going through these settings, there really wasn't an option that, okay, so it was set to trap picker and interact. It wasn't allowing you to place it. So now that they have this one, you can now place it. So it does 3 things in one. So you have the trap placer. You could place it, the picker, and then interact, which is placing it or like picking it up. So that's basically what that was. So now it does let you place it, so it's easier. But I don't have another trap. So. Basically, that's and let me come back to the sprint. Like I said, you want to keep it the same thing as the other layout. So sprint and the auto sprint you want to keep. So let's take an example. If we are going to use that sprint, you just want to hit right on the D-pad twice, and then you run automatically. Or you could just hold it. You have to run a little, and then you go. Well, you get the point. You hit it right on your D-pad. Your inventory stays the same as your combat, your jump, your rotate, change material, toggle pickaxe, unbound, switch mode, and then your edit. Switch mode stays the same. And then for your X, it just keeps it like there's not really, for your builder control, your X button is just freed up. So whatever you want, like if it was this, if you want to put your X as your trap placement, it's really up to you. Really, whatever fits perfect for you, man, just go ahead and do it, you know. But other than that, that's basically it of these controls. Oh, I'm not even playing on the controller that I want. It's this one. That's why I was like, wait, why? I couldn't even build. Anyways, you get the point. we're dead. GG's, everybody. Well, now that you know how to play with the best controllers, go on and take it into the field. You know, it takes time to get used to it, but it's not that you're gonna go in and then you're gonna end up winning. This is to improve your gaming and your settings, basically. And this is to tweak up all the updates that came into it now that everything's good. You want to try to get used to these control settings. And that's pretty much it. Peace, boys.